Here I'm going to design this axle here. The length is 2¼ inches. It is a hexagon that's a ½ inch from flat to flat, but the vertices of the hexagon are rounded off to a diameter of 13.75 millimeters. Then it has a hole all the way through the piece that is 0.159 inches in diameter. And then each end is threaded a ½ inch deep with a 1032 thread. Also, the part's made out of 775 aluminum, and it's shaded. Basically, the outer part is anodized, and that's what that shading is there. So I'll show you how to do all of those things. Going to Inventor, we're going to go File, New, create a standard Inventor part, and go Create. First thing I'm going to do is make a sketch and then put a hexagon on that. So under the rectangle, dropping down, you can see the polygon. The default polygon that it gives you is a 6-sided polygon, which is a hexagon. We can dimension from flat to flat at a ½ inch. The reason why it's not fully constrained is because the vertice can move, and so I recommend just making one of the vertices aligned with the x-axis. Now that I have that, I'm going to make a circle to represent the hole in the middle, 0.159. And then I'm going to make another circle that is 13.75 millimeters. So if you just type in mm, it will make that millimeters. It will show up as the decimal equivalent at 0.541, but that if we can always go back and double click and you can see that it is in millimeters. So now that I have this, I'm just going to extrude the portions that I want. Basically this, I don't want the entire hexagon. I want the vertices cut off with that rounded part. And then I'm going to just do a symmetric extrude at 2.25 inches. So now that I have that shape, the next thing I'm going to do is just add threads on each end. There's a couple ways to add threads, but since this has a hole all the way through, the easiest way is to add the threads after the hole is made. And so we're going to do threads here, and I'm going to just click on this edge here. You can see that it gives me an arrow. What I want is the size. I want a number 10, and then I want 32 threads per inch. This is a 24 threads per inch. The UNC stands for Unified National Course, so 1024 would be course threads, and then 1032 or 32 threads per inch would be the fine, the Unified National Fine. We want the depth to go a ½ inch, and we want the default threads are right-handed threads, and almost every time that's what we're going to do is a right-handed thread. There are occasional situations where you do have threads that are the other direction or counterclockwise and require special screws. Hitting OK there, you can see that the threads go halfway there. Now it doesn't let you mirror these threads, so I'm just going to need to do this to the other side. So I'm going to do threads, click on this side, notice the arrow is going that way. Need to change this again to number 10, 32. The default depth is a ½ inch, and it's right-handed thread, so we'll be able to hit OK. Now that this is done, I can go and choose the material. Notice the aluminum 775 is not an option here, but if you change the Inventor material library to Autodesk, we should be able to find it. all these different types of aluminum. We're going to go here, aluminum 775. It does change the appearance. What I'm going to do is select all of these edges here with a control click. Basically, when we purchase this material, it's anodized black, and so we're going to change this color to anodized black. On the outside, on this side, it's cut off, and so it would be as what aluminum would look like, and so we'll leave that like it is. And then there's different types of black. There may be an anodized black up here. I think there is. Okay, so we can go up black anodized. So you could leave it like this. You could also, if you don't like that brush look, you could select both of these and change the view there. Let's see what options they have. So if we go here, the satin brushed, I can change it to, I think there's like a flat aluminum. Again, scrolling to the top, aluminum flat. That's typically what I do, but you can keep it at the brushed. So